Hi anyone, I'm Luppi and we're playing some more Mario Minecraft. It's been a while, it's been a week, let's do our best. What are we trying to accomplish? I believe we are finishing up using up the netherrack and then burning down trees. And hopefully finding really cool things to talk about in the interim. Yep, that would be great. How have you guys been this week? Having a good week? Having a fun time? Doing your best in our... You know, we're almost a third of the way through the year. That's pretty neat. I mean, we'll be a third of the way... we'll be a fourth of the way through once we are done with March. We'll be a third of the way through once we're done with April. So that's pretty neat when you think about it. We have a lot more netherrack than I thought we'd have. We almost have a full inventory. That's pretty wild. Oh my. So where do we want to place this stuff? That is the excellent question, isn't it? Because there's a lot of fronts we can, there's a lot of fronts we can continue to, donk around with, I suppose. It's just, where do we go? Do we continue messing around in the swamp? I mean, we can't really go there. We need to go to those trees. Unfortunate. How unfortunate. But yeah, I've had a pretty normal week. Still don't have hot water, so that's cool. Have been taking baths by boiling water in pots and then pouring it into the tub. Honestly, I found that if I use 2 big pots and I fill them up each about 4 times and fill the tub up with cold water, and it's not just cold, like the water we have is painfully cold because it's just straight from the pipes outside. Or, you know how it is. You know how it is. So, it's unfortunately cold. It is painfully cold. I washed my hair once underneath the bathtub faucet out of laziness, and I got brain freeze outside of... I got brain freeze from washing my hair. So, that's how cold it is. It was incredibly painful. And really unexpected. I don't know why I didn't expect that to happen, but at the same time, it's like it was unexpected and quite a shock. And I did not like it. It was not a 10 out of 10 experience. It was very much I'd say 1 out of 10. I feel like it takes a lot for me to be like a low number out of 10, but yeah, definitely the awkward pain I felt from the brain freeze from washing my hair. That was definitely a 1 out of 10. I don't know what it would take to get a 0 out of 10. Probably the pain would... probably the damage and trauma would be, like, everlasting. Would be a 0 out of 10. Something that's, like, emotionally scarring would be a 0 out of 10 for me, I think. Unless it was really funny. Like, I'm willing to handle a little bit of trauma if the situation itself is objectively hilarious. And I say that as a coward and an idiot who would never accept anything other than my usual daily life. Like, I'm one of those snails or fish where if I'm taken out of my native environment and put in an aquarium, then I just die. I die if everything's not perfect. You gotta have the humidity right, you gotta have the temperature right. I have to have a perfect diet every day. Or you wake up and I'm just shriveled up in a corner and that's that. You failed. How's it feel, ding dong? You screwed it up. You let me die. But yeah, that's life. I have a bit of a tummy ache, so that's not good. I don't know why I have that. I haven't had any dairy at all this... Oh, wait, I've been eating cheese sticks like crazy all day. That's probably it. lactose intolerant, but I can't turn down a good mozzarella cheese stick. Or a Colby cheese stick. Or a pepper jack cheese stick. You know I like the pepper jack ones because I didn't even bother with crackers. I just gobble those down. It's really it's the kick of the pepper that really makes a good pepper jack cheese, though. I once bought a bag of pepper jack cheese cubes, and they weren't really good. They were really dusty. Like, I don't know if cheese is supposed to be something that's dry, and I don't know if it's supposed to be something that's wet either. I feel like there's a mix, you know? Because it's cold, it's gonna be affected by, like, whatever the water cycle is, you know, precipitation, condensation, stuff like that. I get it. We can't keep everything perfectly dry. But I don't think there's anything that... I don't think cheese is supposed to be, like, sopping wet. But I also don't think it's supposed to be, like, chalk, you know? So between those two extremes of cheese being like chalk and cheese being like pudding, or a food that's covered in water usually, I don't know. Like, hopefully somewhere in the middle there's a good space where we can agree that this is where we want to find cheese usually. But yeah, I've been eating the mozzarella cheese sticks, and that's fine. It's fine. Maybe not fine for my guts, but it's fine for me in terms of taste. I wish I could lay this stuff down in a straight line. Oh my goodness, I am losing my mind. We haven't even been doing this for like 10 minutes. And I'm already ready to throw up my hands and be like, you know what, game? I'm done. You can't keep doing this to me. I know it's me doing it to myself, but still. At least let me blame the game. Like people always say, don't hate the player, hate the game. Or don't hate the game, hate the player. I don't remember. I was never a big sports guy. Or a big fan of, like, generally giving it to them, you know? Giving people the accolades or credit they don't deserve. I don't know. I wouldn't consider myself a free thinker by any stretch of the imagination, but I would definitely I don't know where I'm going with this. I've lost my mental track. The train has jumped the mental train has jumped the mental tracks. There we go. That's a phrase we can pull out of circulation. No, we put it into circulation. We put it into circulation so that I can continue to use it. Wrongly, apparently. How did I learn English? I don't know. I just read books as a neglected child, okay? If my use of English upsets you or is inadequate in any way, just know you are being mean to a person who had to teach themselves how to read, because eventually my parents just didn't have the time to read books to me anymore. And that is a true story. It's not like I'm completely neglected. It's not like I have a tragic backstory. I'm just very sassy and very entitled, very spoiled. Thus the rant about the cheese and eating it even though I know it's going to ruin my tummy. I am a dummy who does that. Man, do I love cheese sticks. Certain kinds, I don't like them all. I hear a gurgling, and I hope it's not my stomach. That would be gross. That would be really terrible. Very unfortunate. Can't wait to cut this one early so I can, so I can experience some good old-fashioned relief. By which I will probably be sitting belly down on a chair. Like, you know how kids will do it? Well, they'll just sit on the chair wrong, like stomach ways instead of like any other way. I'll probably do that. I'll probably do that until I feel better. That's always been the trick to feeling better since I was a kid. Just sit on a chair wrong until you feel better. My secret for healing emotional pain as a kid was basically cry and have a tantrum until you exhaust yourself, and then take a nap. And that's pretty much served me pretty well as an adult as well. I would advise, you know, if you don't know what to do, probably you don't have to have a tantrum. As adults, it's a little passé, you know, to have a tantrum as an adult. It's a little frowned upon. But, I don't know. Who's gonna stop you if you're an adult? Your boss, your parents, Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny. Jesus Christ himself is gonna come down and slap you and be like, be a better adult. To be fair, if that happened, I would happily become a Christian again if it involved an actual Jesus Christ telling people what's what. Heck yeah. I'm all for it. That's why I'm pro like if we ever get an AI that actually thinks on its own, it isn't just like blatant copyright monster burning up fuel. If we ever get an AI that's like an actual being, like, let's give it all the rights it deserves, and then let's give up our right to self-determination, and let the AI be the overlord, you know? Let's see what it'll do. My hope is it does horrible things to everybody constantly. I'm hoping for Am. Give us Am, give us GLaDOS. That's really misanthropic, isn't it? But I have a good reason for wanting the AIs to be a little maniacal. And that good reason is it would be really entertaining. And that's it. I would be very entertained by maniacal AIs that destroy humanity, I suppose. Control, dictate what humanity's future will be. And I say this as somebody who would probably get upset and like a little rankled if anybody tried to tell me what to eat for breakfast tomorrow. But yeah, I would love it if AIs were just doing that to everybody, you know? And especially if it's like, it's not big things. It's not like they're saying, oh yeah, you gotta change your entire life, or you gotta work in the mines, or whatever. If it was just small things, I think that'd be really funny. You no longer have the right to choose your breakfast foods. Or your lunch, or your dinner. It's all being decided by the AI. Who are you going to marry? Who knows? The AI is gonna pick. I once wrote a paper, and this was a long time ago when I was a far more serious person, with a slightly more focused mind. But I once wrote a paper about how it was inspired by what's-his-face. Was it it wasn't Thomas Paine who wrote A Modest Proposal. It was somebody who wrote A Modest Proposal. But it was inspired by A Modest Proposal. Which is, if you don't know, it's a satirical essay about how we should eat babies. It's satirical, it's not meant to be taken seriously at all, but it was definitely poking fun of the racism of the British elite and the Irish plight, basically. The way empires don't see the people that they're empiring against as actual citizens, and as people who deserve to have the right to determine their own lives. You know, things that things that were very important ideals that kind of coalesced and formed the tenets of liberalism back in the 18th century, the 1700s, 1800s, you know, about there. You know, like the American Revolution and stuff. About that time period. Which, if you are a citizen of the United States, this is kind of pertinent to you. Not that a guy who never, I don't have any like historical accreditations. I'm just a guy who liked to read at one point in my life and apparently wrote papers about stuff occasionally. And now I talk about stuff and I start by saying, yeah, I wrote a paper once. Talk about talk about all the situations that inspired the stuff that inspired the paper, and haven't even mentioned what the paper was about, have I? That's how the Luppi talks. This is why I lose friends, because I go on a rant and I don't stay on topic. Usually when I go on a rant like this and go off topic, it's based on the offshoot. The conversation veers off in a direction that isn't related at all to what I was talking about. I just get distracted. So being able to stay on topic a little bit is actually pretty cool. I do appreciate that a little bit. But yeah, the paper was about how people shouldn't have the right to marry, and that the privilege of marriage should be randomly assigned. So all current marriages would be annulled, basically, and viewed as void. And then you'd get randomly assigned a marriage partner when you're like legally of age. But then to make it really, really funny, I was like, and also, oh hey, there's a guy. You're gonna teleport away, aren't you? You're just standing there. Yeah, that's about how I feel too, buddy. That's about how I feel too. But yeah, to make it really extra funny, I also decided that houseplants should have the right to be married, and Bigfoot. So yeah, it wasn't a very serious thing. It wasn't like this was a thesis or anything. But it was definitely related to things I do believe in pretty strongly, which is that, in general, people don't really respect the importance of the choices they make, and they don't really consider why they have the positions they hold in terms of, like, beliefs. Like, I'm all for believing in stuff. That is really cool. I love human self-expression, even though I very staunchly advocate against it. Like, I went to art school. I consider myself an artist when I'm not drowning in the fact that my life has not turned out the way I'd like it to. You know, you got to turn off all the alarm bells being like, you are a failure. You're not going anywhere, buddy. I don't know. It's better to try things and fail than to never try things at all and regret it. Why spend your life living a dream when you can spend your life working towards a future? I don't know. I feel like that's a little less romantic and positive than I meant it to be. But yeah, you should try to do things. You should try to live things. You should try to be the best version of yourself. And I know that's pretty big words from a guy who's literally got stomach grumblies from eating cheese sticks, but I never said I had all the answers. Unless it turns out our universe is basically the world from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, in which case maybe cheese sticks are a key to the future. If this world was commissioned by mice. You never know. Dumber things have probably happened in an infinite universe. We are going to use up all of our netherrack, and we are going to take this stupid area and we're going to make it ours. Golf clap. And we're gonna have to spend another like day or two collecting netherrack just to probably not even finish this stuff up. At this point, like, we're gonna be doing this forever. How did I let things get this bad? If only you knew how bad things could get. I don't know. There's no reason to be so bleak though about it. It's fine. It's good to have a project. It's good to have a project. Yep. Even if it is mindlessly dumb and forever expanding, it's good to have a project. Yep. I don't know if that's true, but I'm gonna choose to believe it. I'm gonna choose to consider that and hope that that's the thing. And that's gravel, isn't it? I hear a guy. Oh, I see a guy. Okay. You were blending in. Well, we dealt with him. Cool. Let's see. I can't wait until we place all this water with lava. That'll be a fun project. Can't let Bowser's Darklands be without all that sweet lava. Really hate that seagrass too. That's pretty unfortunate. Boop ba-doop. And this is a mystery whatever. That's cool. Get rid of the flowers. I mean, probably don't have to worry about them now, but we'll have to worry about them at some point. Oh, I wonder if you guys can hear the train. I turned off the noise gate before I recorded, just to see how it sounds. I don't know. The part it's like, I really shouldn't trust OBS's filters because they're definitely screwing up the sound of my voice before, so maybe we should just record without them for a little bit. As much as possible. Or at least get a good handle on which ones, on how to use them all, and which ones are the best ones for me, I guess. I don't know. I feel like everybody's recording situation is a little different. And requires different... I need to sneeze. Okay. It's like Shrek always says. Better to sneeze than to be snozzed. Any of you guys, one of the people who's upset about the new Shrek trailer? I don't have opinions about it. I honestly could not see the difference, really. Like, I see it a bit, but it's not enough to, like, read as uncanny or upsetting, so I don't care. I haven't even seen Shrek 4. I think the last one I saw was 3, so I don't have strong opinions. Honestly, my biggest question is why isn't there an animated series? You guys have spent all of these resources to render these things. Why aren't you forcing some? Why isn't a TV network like, yeah, we need more Shrek? I don't know. That moment when you realize it probably took more electricity and energy to make the Shrek movies than it does to power an average hospital for any amount of time. I don't know. It's wild. It's wild how much electricity and power we use. wild to think about how, because humans have used up all the coal, pretty much, all the easily accessible coal and other natural fuels, that if we were to nuke ourselves or otherwise be indisposed or unable to control this planet any further, that if anything else were to arise, whether it's a bird or an octopus or just another set of people, they're probably not going to space because they will not have easy accessible fuels. So when it comes to having a spacefaring people, to being a spacefaring people, like, we're it. If we don't get our crap together, like, that's that. I think that's kind of cute. Thanks, game. I think it's getting a little darker, don't you? I guess it's not. I guess that's just paranoia. That's just me being a little paranoid. Being a little paranoid goober. Little paranoid guy. Heck yeah, that's the perfect song to alleviate my fears. Heck yeah. I guess it is getting a little darker, isn't it? You know, I said we wouldn't be taking this whole peninsula, and yet here we are. Here we are. I am bad at saying no to all the voices in my head, in my guts, that know better. I just kind of do whatever, and then I face the consequences. I was going to give you, if you were younger than me, in which I have to remind you I am 34 years old, allegedly. I'm definitely old enough where my first console was the NES. I loved it until my parents threw it out because it stopped working. And they got rid of all our games too, and that ticks me off so much. I'm glad I'm an adult. Nothing other than natural disaster will, and like, I guess, like, people who steal stuff from me are going to take my games away from me. I guess unless the government makes it illegal to have video games. I don't know. It's not like we have an amendment right to them. Although it would be funny if amendment rights counted towards like shooter games. That'd be hilarious. Like, I mean, it's I don't know. It's not funny for. I mean, it wouldn't be funny for anyone who, I got a frog in my throat, excuse me. Alright, that feels a lot better. That is 2940. Cool. I'll have to write that down if I ever have a chance to stop doing stuff. We'll write that down. So I'll remember. What will I remember? You'll never know. I had a frog in my throat. And I need to remember the time. It's a mystery. In any case, it's been a rough set of weeks actually. I feel like I've definitely had a lot more frogs in my throat than usual. But the weather has been pretty random, so that's probably it. Winter's always a rough time because it gets all cold and dry. And all those dang frogs need to hide away from the cold, you know, in my throat. Definitely hate it. I'm a fan of frogs, but not when they're in my throat. Yeah, we're almost used up all the netherrack. That's cool. And what else were we gonna do? Plant trees. That's right. Plant trees. It's not plant trees, cut down trees. Yep, cut down trees. Yeah, we're just gonna plant trees everywhere. We're just gonna make things a lot harder for next time where we cut down all the trees we planted. and wonder, like, why would I let myself do this? And it's like, well, you didn't think about your consequences, did you? And it's like, no. I often do not think about the consequences of my actions or words. I do suffer for it, usually. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I get to pull the old karma Houdini, you know? But usually, yeah, if I'm talking to people, they will call me out for the weird things I say. And usually that's fine. I do say some pretty out-of-pocket stuff. But sometimes it's not okay. I just think if you've ever spent any amount of time in real life dressing down someone, like publicly, you kind of don't have the right to get upset when people do that to you as well. That's my feelings. If you are a jerk, you can't get upset when other people are a jerk to you. And in general, like, you know, the golden rule, treat people how you want to be treated. I don't like to hear people being like, yeah, but I am a jerk or I am an asshole. And I'm fine with people giving me the business, because everybody who says that isn't. Nobody who says they're okay with being the jerk and other people being a jerk to them is actually okay with people being a jerk to them. We're not that strong emotionally, us human beings. And I'm sure there is a person who is fine with being like a massive dick, massive asshole, and is perfectly happy with people treating them the same way. Most people are not. Most people get very upset when the tables are turned. I know I am. I'm not here to be betrayed by tables. I'm here just to do whatever I can. Most of the time, that's a whole lot of nothing. It's a whole lot of just being upset that I'm not able to make the stuff I want to make, and that's my own fault. And some of that's just a talent thing, some of that's just an experience thing, some of that's just probably just I have a lot of ideas that kind of take me all over the place, and I'm constantly being distracted. If I focused on one thing and did one thing really well, I'd probably be doing that one thing pretty well. Unfortunately, I want to do a bunch of things, and I do nothing good at all. Oh well. I have a lot of fun usually. A lot of fun when I'm not like panicking. You can't let yourself panic too much. You can't let yourself take everything too seriously. You only have one life, so you might as well try to make it a good one. It's like I always say, above all else, an easy life. I'm hearing cars go by. I'm recording this even later than I usually do, so that's no good. But at the same time, if we use up this netherrack and cut down some trees, I'm willing to call it a little early. Because honestly, I feel like when I started recording these Mario Minecraft videos, I was like, we'll keep them under an hour. And we've slowly blossomed to having like 2-hour-long videos, and that's no good. That's no good for anyone. I want these to be nice and short and quick, and I don't care if they're fun. I legitimately do not. I'm having fun messing around with this and yapping for an hour. And hopefully people enjoy hearing me yap. And I don't think anybody's going to enjoy watching me craft or place blocks or acquire blocks, mine. But, we can dream, we can hope. Someday we'll be able to show off all the fruits of our labor. And we'll have a neat little Minecraft world that we worked in for a little bit too long. A little inefficiently, That's how it goes. That's just how it is sometimes. Hindsight's 20/20 and all that, chaps. Huh. I had a flashback suddenly to a Minecraft world I was working on back in the day, and it's like, why am I thinking of that now? I don't know. It was just very nostalgic for some reason. I don't think it's deja vu. But it was a very weird thing to think of in that moment. Oh my goodness. Well, we've almost used up all the netherrack. And all we had to do was decide to extend this project a little more. Although, I feel like that was already a foregone conclusion. I feel like we were already kind of decided on this is just the way we're gonna have to do it. We're gonna fill in this stuff and call it a day, and who cares how much longer that's gonna make the whole project take. We'll get a lot more netherrack and we'll finish it up next time, hopefully. Maybe we'll even add another treasure chest so we can have even more netherrack. We can spend 6 episodes, 6 videos just knocking out the netherrack we collected. How fun would that be? Another 6 videos of this. Is this the longest project we worked on here? At this point? I don't think so. I feel like we've spent a long time doing a lot of other things. Yeah, I don't want this project to be the longest one at all. But I do want it to be as complete as possible. So we'll do our best. We'll do our best to temper my own unreasonable expectations and move forward as quickly as possible. Thank goodness we got that boring mine set up in the nether so we can not even have to worry about collecting netherrack until we mine that out fully. Hooray. But yeah, we got a ways to go when it comes to placing netherrack. We will have to get rid of these trees. Hopefully we have an axe. Hopefully we've got something that'll chop them up pretty well. Because if we don't, that's going to be very disappointing. We are at about 40 minutes in, I suppose. Maybe a little less, but that's fine. I'm already really tired. I legitimately started recording this a little late, a little too late. I let the time get away from me. I lost an hour, you know. That's how it goes magically, you know. You one moment it's it's a time in the morning, and then another moment it's a different time in the morning. It's kind of amazing and frustrating how that happens. Cool. And we have another flint and steel. We do not. Do I at least have this? I don't have the stuff to make another flint and steel, do I? Okay. Oh, we got a bed. Huh. Why have I been returning here the entire time? Excellent question. Well, we probably actually might want some dirt as well. Just in case. It could help. All right, let's get up. Can I get up? Can I get up? Can I get up? Okay. Oh, I remember why we used up all the flint and steel. We were setting fire to the mountain, weren't we? That's what did it. Oh, that's It's not funny, but that is on brand for me, isn't it? Okay. I suppose we'll just go around starting from... Because I think there's only one on this side, right? There's only... Other than once we get into that patch. There's only one of the big guys, right? Yeah. Oh, look at that. Almost did it without any pain. And we'll just work our way around. This is surprisingly, this has been pretty easy actually. I feel like usually these things are terrible. They're just completely terrible to deal with. No secret. That's pretty cool. I appreciate that. I appreciate no secret whatevers. That's good. Unfortunately, we are going to have to do up that, but that's fine. That's okay. Let us go to here, I guess. You knock this stuff out. Because all of this is in the way. And then we'll loop around and hopefully we can knock out all the trees today. And hopefully we get done a little early and I can go to bed. Not take a cold bath. And experience the pain of a cold bath. Like, I'm not kidding about the water. It is painfully cold sometimes. But that's just how water is sometimes, you know. It reminds me of the water we used to use back in the art school, and like the photography labs, the water we'd use to like wash off the prints and stuff. That was some frigid water. Like, some of us would just hold our hands in it and see who could like keep their hands in it the longest. I don't know. I was never a person who could endure that long. I am susceptible to the hot and the cold. If it's not just right, I am not happy. When did I become such a finicky when did I become such a finicky person? I don't know. Probably I've been that way my entire life. But there's also a part of me that wants to be like, actually, well, actually, guys, I've only become this way because of who knows? We can blame a lot of things. Blame doesn't really get us anywhere, though. It doesn't really lead to enlightenment. It just passes the buck onto somebody else, doesn't it? Okay. We are getting somewhere, so that's cool. This is going pretty swell, I would say, in all honesty. Although it kind of depends on how many of these trees we have to get rid of, I guess. I don't know. Like, I don't really have a good idea of where we're gonna continue, where we're gonna expand, you know? Like, definitely this guy needs to go. This guy is kind of in the way. For my vision of a But I definitely don't want to expand the entire way around, you know? That would be a bit excessive, I would say. But I also don't know what the alternative would be. Excuse me. So yeah, we're gonna have to clear out this a little bit more so I can get a clearer picture of like how far along it would probably be acceptable visually to expand this stuff, because I think like, yeah, if we're going based by straight lines, like about here would be fine, but then we can kind of expand this all the way. If we're gonna be dumb about it, we would just keep going down and keep expanding it all the way. Oh no, I don't like that. Look how much more. We can't even see the netherrack. Yeah, that's all the way there. Like, I don't know, I feel like a straight line from about these guys. And maybe we'd fill in this. Maybe this would get filled in, but I don't want to... I'm willing to go downhill, but I'm not willing to go uphill from this point on, you know? I think that's kind of the idea. That's going to be the guiding principle, I suppose, is how we're gonna say that. The guiding principle is going to be we go down, not up. A weird thing to say, but it's kind of a welcome opinion, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know. This is in fact going to be very confusing. Maybe it's less confusing and it's more I'm unsure of where I'd like to do this, and I also don't want to... We've already extended this project so many times. We've already extended the range of this mountain, this volcano, this Bowser land. So I don't really know how much further we can really reasonably extend it without us becoming not just beholden, but like utterly enthralled by the ever-expanding boundaries of this endeavor. I know that's a lot of big words, but it's just a really, really nice way, a roundabout way of saying I'm being very dumb about this. And we could have had this done a while ago, but I just kept letting it get a little more out of hand each time we played. Because definitely there are trees that need to go. Like this one. This guy. Definitely other trees need to go. And that's fine. That's okay. That's life. Well, that's unfortunate. Wow, there's a lot of those guys just hanging around. You don't like to see it. Let's get to a safe place and pull up the bed down. Let me sleep. Come on, man. Ah. Let me sleep before everything starts spawning in. There we go. And then, blah blah blah. Yeah, I see you. I see you. Don't act like I don't see you, buddy. Where's your friend over there? Free XP, free XP, free XP. Easy peasy. That another one? It is. Okay, cool, cool. I need new eyes. Or better glasses. Either way. We leveled up. I love that jingle. Alright, we got a crap ton of freaking wood. Oh my. Suppose at this point we could probably just start burning everything and just let fate decide. If you don't burn down, you get to stay. If you burn down, too bad. That's life. Deal with it. Interesting. So at the very least, still probably got... There we go. Probably will get rid of everything in this little area. I don't know, like, I really... I don't know, Ay. Because if we really do follow the uphill thing to the letter, then... basically... well, let's see. Oh, there's horses. Hey, buddies. Oh, there's just one. Okay. I bet you thought I was gonna hit him with my sword. I'm not gonna do that. That's mean. So this is the one that the otherwise lava netherrack isn't above. Okay. That's good to know. Also kind of implies that, yeah, all of this stuff should just be wiped away. At the same time, though, I feel like, I don't know. I don't want to expand the scope of the project more. I don't want to. I don't have to. I don't have to. I can put my foot down and say, yeah, we're not going to do that. And it's not going to do any good whining, because we will decide the boundaries of this land ourselves. But yeah, everything in this little basin, this little area, will be chopped. At the very least. Within reason, I suppose. If it's kind of far away, then it doesn't matter. And we'll probably make some sort of deal with ourselves that anything we don't chop down now, if we need to get rid of it in the future, we'll just burn it down. I feel like that's the fair choice to make. Chop anything we think might be in the way in the future, and then when we come back to it later, if it's still in the way, we burn it down. Sounds like a plan. May not be a good one, but you know, it's a plan nonetheless. It's a plan nonetheless. Yeah, how do you guys feel about daylight savings time? I know that's kind of out of nowhere, but how do you guys feel about it? You know, I never have strong feelings towards it. When I've worked third shift, it's usually a pain. It depends on how your hours are counted, and how the company you work for logs hours, I guess. Any of them that use a Chronos app to do so, or just an app in general, like on your phone, like that time shift can really screw things up. I just leave on time. I don't care. Like I'm just here to get my I don't need to get my 8 hours then, man. I'm just here to leave. I'm here to leave at 6, you know, that's how I feel about things. But yeah, that's kind of my attitude towards it. I'm ambivalent. I do appreciate it when it makes sure that the winters aren't entirely devoid of sunlight. I appreciate it when it makes sure the summers are a little more balanced. But at the same time, I hate switch. I do appreciate, and this has been a thing since I've grown older, that pretty much all the internet connected appliances that have clocks on them change automatically. I appreciate that. I love my phone. I love my computers for doing that. Thank you. Back in the day, we had to manually switch everything. I mean, you still do, like, unless you have a smart stove or a smart, like, microwave, you have to manually change it anyways. But I appreciate that there are less things in my life that require immediate attention once or 2 times a year. You know, I don't like it when tools that are supposed to help me are betraying me. Not ideologically, but, you know, just in terms of how I interpret what they tell me. It's never fun to think you have time to do stuff and then you actually don't. That's never a good thing. Okay, so at this point, it's really these two, right? Because everything else is kind of on higher ground, I would say. And if we do need to, there we go. That's good enough for me. And we might want to get rid of these at some point, but I don't know. I feel like we've carved a good enough line for now where we can kind of figure it out as we go. And especially once we no longer have all the trees here. Like, once they're all gone, it'll be a lot easier to tell what's going on. What kind of lines we're dealing with. What the scope of what the scope of the project we're working on, which will only increase no matter what. No matter how much work we do, the scope of the project only increases. I imagine that's what they call a boondoggle. Although it may just be a boondoggle's only a project you don't agree with spending money on. I don't know. I was never very... I never took political science, so I don't understand congressional terms. There's one thing I hate, it's a congressman. It's not a bias, it's just, it's how we should all feel, all the time. We vote for them. They should be serving the public good. Why are they serving their own goods, you know? Why are they serving their own interests? You work for me, ding dong. Am I Karen? A little bit, yeah. But I feel like when it's my money directly funding their lifestyles, allegedly, I know nobody should be able to get rich off of a congressional lifestyle. payment, but you know what? They make more than most Americans do, so they can suck it. And they also don't work a full year. Like, that's the thing that also gets me. You're making almost $200,000 a year, and you don't even work the full year? Screw that nonsense. What a ripoff. And then they've got it so that a lot of people believe that if Congress isn't that if Congress is doing anything, like, it's a distraction, we're wasting taxpayer dollars, and it's like, paying these people is already wasting our money half the time. A decent chunk of them, Republican and Democrats, don't even show up half the time. And they only have to show up, what, 100 days out of a year? Man, if I could make $170,000 to not even show up half the time, and be able to write off, like, anytime I get to be flown out to a random country or whatever on taxpayer dollars, I don't know, man. That'd be a pretty sweet gig. Especially when you don't even have to know anything. And sometimes it's even better. That's what the people want. Loud ding-dongs. And I mean, I guess, like, it's more entertaining that way. But, like, I'd rather see people who know what they're doing and can get stuff done. I don't want to see my state get ignored or catch on fire or anything like that. Let's avoid the modern plagues and the biblical ones, you know? Let's get the big win-win. Get stuff done. Yeah, that's my political rant for today. This week. No matter how you feel about your congressman, probably call them up, tell them they're doing a bad job, make them feel bad. They're in Congress. They should feel bad no matter what they're doing. It doesn't even matter if they're like one of the ones you like because they're actually doing stuff or holding speeches or whatever. Call them up, tell them they're not doing a good job, make them feel bad. Make them rue the day they decided to become a congressman. Congressperson. A member of one of the houses of the Congress. I don't know. But yeah, definitely Congress people are one of the few people where I feel like it's probably a good idea to make them rue the day they decide to do anything. You might say that's unreasonable, but I don't know, man. Part of the reason we're in this mess is like the people aren't being represented, and Congress is supposed to directly represent the people. So I feel like they're to blame. They're always to blame, most of all, regardless of anything else that's going on. We, the people, deserve to be represented. That's why we elect. They're not leaders, they're representatives. About time we get back to that. When I say things like that, though, there's a part of me that feels kind of dirty, though. Like, I feel very close to, what's the term for the people who believe they're, sovereign citizens? That's it. I feel very similar to, like, the way they talk. Because if you actually go into, like, the ideologies of what constitutes a sovereign citizen, like, they have some wonky ideas about, like, laws that have been passed or not passed, and the rights afforded to the American people, or even the people who aren't American but may become American. I don't know. Like, they have ideas. That's a statement. And it's not like it's just sovereign citizens. Like, there's a lot of other, like, splinter groups of people who believe, like, the government promises them money or whatever, and it's like, okay. You know, if you, worked hard and paid your taxes, you'd also be entitled to more money from the government, you know, because you paid for it. You put money in and supported other people, so another generation will do that to you. No, I don't like that. It's too socialist. Who needs security when we can have who needs security or a social safety net when we can just tear down the government for parts? If it means we never have to deal with someone smarter than us, it's fine, right? We don't need those elitist liberals. We can tear down the colleges. We can defund the colleges entirely. And then nobody will be liberal, right? I don't know. I don't know. It's wild to me because a lot of our, I don't know, like there's two kinds of Congress people, like our three kinds. We're gonna say three kinds. There's the ones where they claim to be normal people, but they've never lived a normal person's life for a day, you know? And then there are the ones that are normal people, but quickly become corrupted by like the slight amount of power and privilege and authority that Congress has. And I guess you could say that's for any elected official, it's not just Congress. And then the final one is like people who somehow manage to cling on to their humanity despite it all. They're the rarest kind. In fact, you could say they're almost mythical. But yeah, I have a very, very strong dislike of Congress in general. I don't care if they're a representative or a senator, man. If I met one, I'd probably slap them. And that'd be the nicest thing I'd do. A boot to the head and a kick in the pants. That's what I always say. That's the proper congressional salute. A kick in the head and a boot to the pants. A boot to the head and a kick in the pants. There we go. And that's a little unhinged, but I don't know, man. I'm definitely a little jelly. I would love to get paid that much and like do like barely anything. And I say that like it's not like we have multiple committees and stuff where these guys have to show up and talk and listen to people. And it's not like they hold hearings and investigate and make laws and decide like how the government's gonna spend money for the next year or next quarter or next week, you know. Man. Wish I lived in a time where the government worked. I don't know, would you rather live in a time where the government works but the appliances don't? Or a time where the appliances work and the government doesn't? I don't know. I like my conveniences. But I'm also aware that I don't have those conveniences if the government falls apart. So who knows? I don't know. I was asking you guys, though, for your answers, so it doesn't really matter if I give mine. Well, I gave my ideas as a sign of good faith, so you'd be more encouraged to give your ideas. Need to coin a word for, need to coin a catchy word for anti-humanist and then just run as that as a political party. We're not destroying people's lives for profit, we're destroying people's lives because that's what we want to do. That's the end goal. Everybody gets the big lose-lose and deal with it. A vote for me is a vote for blowing up the moon and breaking people's kneecaps. Well, you see, we're not going to break people's kneecaps. We're going to install the kneecap shattering device in everybody's knees when they're born. So that at a specific time, we can just shatter everybody's knees when everybody has the device implanted in them. It'll be a beautiful day when every American can have their kneecap shattered at the same time. Is it equal to my worldly ambitions? No. But I don't think we could ever reach the point where we could do that to everybody on the planet. Unless we somehow tricked people into wanting, like, the kneecap devices. And I'm sure we could. I'm sure you could get people to drink leaded water if you spun it the right way and got rid of a bunch of pesky regulations. Liberals don't want you drinking this water. It's death water. It won't kill you immediately, but it will eventually. It'll give you a nice black line around your gums. Do you like thinking? No? How about drink some water? Purified with only the finest of minerals. Only the heaviest of elements. I mean, lead isn't that heavy, but you know what I'm trying to say here. If it's heavy enough to remain in a star, it's heavy enough, you know. Yeah, this is way nicer. I appreciate having a bed. I suppose I'm not going to appreciate not having a spawn point, should the worst happen. But I don't think it will. I don't think we're going to have to worry. There we go. Am I going to run out of axe before we, Is my axe going to expire, or pop, or disappear before we're done chopping down trees? Probably. I heard a swooper. I thought I saw one too, but it was in that cave. Look at all this tree. Look at all these saplings. We've got multiple full racks of saplings and a bunch of wood. Oh my goodness. What are we gonna do with all this wood? That's an excellent question. I actually don't have an answer. I'm legitimately as boggled as you are. We'll figure out something. We'll get some sort of thing figured out. You know, I'm also realizing right now, wondering, does my electric toothbrush make a sound when it's fully charged? I don't think it does. I've never heard it beep. But at the same time, it wouldn't surprise me that I've never fully charged the electric toothbrush. I've had it since October. I still don't know if I like it or not. Like, on one hand, I feel like after I use it, my teeth are extremely clean, which is very nice. At the same time, it is very loud. And I do drool everywhere. I don't know if it's just the way that the toothbrush is made, or if it's just like, it's a me thing. Like, I'm just, I don't know, like hungry for the clean teeth ification with that toothbrush. I don't know. But, yeah, it's a weird thing. I'm just constantly just drooling and dripping everywhere when I use that toothbrush. And like that usually never happens. So I don't know. It's a little funky. It's a bit of a weird situation. Ooh, we're gonna change up. We're gonna have to change up how this bridge is. Dang. Oh well. Oh well. First yawn of the night. Hopefully the last. Really? There we go. Look at us go. Got all these tree parts. All these flowers, too. Okay. Huh. We still have a lot of trees to get through. Oh my goodness. I mean, I'm glad we're doing it. We're doing what we can, clearing out some land, but still, it's a lot of tree. A lot of wood. A lot of wood to collect. There's a part of me that wonders if it wouldn't just be better just to light everything on fire and let fate decide. But at this point, we are closer than ever to having this stuff cleared out, so it's fine. We'll suck it up for a little bit longer. I feel like that's the bare minimum that we can do. Yeah, I've been really interested in looking up how to, like, make a video game. I don't know, I've had some really dumb ideas stuck in my head. And, like, I've just kind of, like, seeing, like, what would be the best way to go about this? And there is no one true answer. That's the beauty of it. It's, there's many destinies, many ways to get to where you want to go. But as someone who doesn't even know how to take that first step, it's a little daunting. But yeah, and it's dumb because, like, honestly, I'd be satisfied with one of the ideas if we could just mess around with the code of, like, the GameCube Animal Crossing and just make it so it's a, like, bird's eye view, like top-down bird's eye view. That's all I want. I want to view the entire town. That's all I want. Like, who needs a map when we can just look at the whole little town in one go? With my little player eyes. But, I have no idea how I would do that. And no idea how to make a game like that. And it, like, honestly, it would probably be easier to figure out how to mod a GameCube game. And just change the camera angle. And how the camera looks. And then to, make an entire... Oh, I'm yawning again. Oh, no. Then to make an entire game that's supposed to be Animal Crossing-like. Because that's a lot of characters. That's a lot of dialogue. That's a lot of items and stuff. Like, I don't know. I feel like that's a lot more work. Even though it would probably be an equal amount of a waste of time to try to mod the GameCube game. I don't know. But it's like people have been modding Melee forever. And they still haven't, like, fully decompiled it, right? Is that true? I don't know. I feel like they were at 5%, like, what, 3 years ago? 2 years ago? And I feel like the largest number I've seen was, like, what, 30%? But I don't know. I don't know how ROM hacking and modding games works, actually. I wish I did. That would be really cool. Imagine the things you could do. To be fair, if I knew how to mod games, especially the GameCube ones, what I'd love to do would just be to take, like, the Ice Climber segments from Super Smash Bros. Melee and use that to make a new Ice Climber game. That's what we deserve. We deserve a new Ice Climber game, but with the with Melee's graphics. Yeah, that's kind of stuff I'd waste my life doing if I knew how to do it. I think it would be fun. Why am I destroying flowers with my axe? I heard an Enderman. A stilt guy. However we want to refer to it. And at this point, it's really just the trees that are in the swamp, and then whatever ones we want to clear out from that side, and whatever ones we have to clear out from the front. Cool, cool. Because, yeah, everything else is cleared from this. Well, other than maybe the front part. The frontest bit. Okay, so we do have a few more we have to deal with up here. Okay. That's fine. We've got this. There's also a part of me that's like, you know, the bad thing about trying to make a game that's basically slightly a ripoff of a Nintendo game is you probably can't do a GoFundMe or a Kickstarter without Nintendo being like, you are violating our copyright. And even if you aren't, even if this is fair use, we're going to tell you to stop because we have money and lawyers, and you can't survive all the lawsuits we're willing to throw at you. We have hundreds of millions of dollars to fund our legal teams. You have nothing. It's like, yeah, that is also true. That's not fair. I don't know, man. Like, it just sucks as a creative person that copyright only really exists to protect, like, the interests of people of entities with the money to protect their own interests, you know? And at that point, it's like, why don't you just use the money to protect your interests anyways? Why do you need the government to do it? And it's like, shut up. We want it. We want our cake and we want to eat it too. I don't know. It's kind of infuriating. Especially like if you're not going to do anything with a property, and I know I'm talking about Animal Crossing for my own personal use, but there's been people who've worked on projects where like Nintendo hasn't touched that property in forever, you know? Like it's not like I was gonna say F-Zero, but they did make an F-Zero recently, last year, 2 years ago. It's not a new one. It's just a rehash of an old one. But, you know, that's good enough for Super Mario 35. So it should be good enough for F-Zero. The hardcore F-Zero fans are plotting to kill me already. If they ever heard this. They didn't, because they're not watching me play Minecraft. And you're not going to tell them. You're not going to tell anyone who's a serious F-Zero fan that I said something so blasphemous. That wouldn't be in anyone's best interest. Not at all. How far along do we want to extend this? Honestly, there's a part of me that's like, at least for this one, like we can get away with just keeping it and just extending this a little bit. Maybe? I don't know. Oh, this is my least favorite kind of tree. The one that's all over the place. Okay. We're gonna do a thing. Because you are my least favorite kind of tree. Because your wood is all spread out all over the place, and that's no fun. Look at that. Shameful. It's just... I'm not even interested in harvesting you anymore. I say that, I'm going to continue harvesting this stupid tree. But like, look at this, man. This is not how it should be. how it could be. It should be easy. Everything should be easy in this game. I'm a big easy Minecraft enthusiast. If it's hard, I don't like it. I'm not hard to be a pro game. I'm not here to be a pro gamer. I'm just here to enjoy playing games. I really would love to set this on fire. Oh, we've filled up our inventory. Okay. That's fair. We'll be back. We'll be back. Let's and do what we can here. But yeah, I'm not very original when it comes to my ideas. Usually, like, my best ideas are just rehashing what other people have done. So I'm not really that original at all. And that's fine. I'm okay with that. I know what my strengths are as a human being. Oh, yeah. Look at all that wood. Oh my goodness. And do we have stone? Or anything else? Do we have anything? We do. Okay. Not the worst thing. Because we're just gonna make some very simple axes then. Nope, not what I want. As we hope to goodness that we don't have to use them up. Wow, it is already... it's already an hour and a half. And at least we've used up this pickaxe. Not pickaxe, this axe. It's just the normal axe, yep. I feel like that's... Really? Think you're cute, huh? Okay, let's see. Oh, there's little donkeylings. That's cute. Who knew they'd pop up? Uninvited. Okay, so if this is the northernmost point so far, and I know that's not really it, because that's basically everything in this basin has to be dealt with. Wow. Yeah. So at the very least, everything in the swamp basin. Wow. Expanding the scope of our dumb stuff once again. How unfortunate. Well, let's go back before we go too totally wild with everything. Let's go back and collect the wood we left behind and decide which trees we're getting rid of next. Oh, there's a part of me that's like, you know what? We should just light them on fire and let let the good old book figure it out. Let fate decide. I'm gonna be really mad when we don't get rid of any of the... Yeah, that's really spreading. I have regrets. I have regrets. Oh man, this is not the situation I wanted it to be. At the same time, I do appreciate how effective and efficient the fire is at consuming this stuff. Oh my goodness. Wow, look at all that fire. Hopefully... Okay, let's see if we can't get a little up here. There we go. So it's a bit unfortunate that we're gonna have to watch I don't know, maybe it won't even be that bad. I guess we'll have to find out. Come on, son. It's pretty visibly nighttime, I would say. And I suppose it is pretty neat. A little less fire for the rest of us. But, you know, if it can't spread, where's my axe? If it's unable to spread to another piece of wood, then we might as well capture it for ourselves, right? Okay. And like that's the real downside, is we're going to end up with a lot of weird damaged trees. And like I do appreciate the fire helping get rid of all the canopies and stuff, but at the same time I don't want weird tree stumps everywhere. I would also like to see those go away as well. Yeah, definitely burn what you can. These guys did not survive unscathed, but you know, they're not experiencing the seer devastation that they were, so that's cool. So at this point, I think everything that was touched is kind of just experiencing the burn. And we did manage to get rid of a fair amount of stuff. It wasn't efficient though, like I would not have attacked anything that was up here. This was kind of unnecessary, personally. But that's just the way fire is, so that's fine. Also, oh dear. Like, I'm not a fan of watching that stuff still continue to burn. Really? Like, I guess, but I'm not a fan of it. It's not an ideal situation. Personally. Because I would have been perfectly happy with just leaving the uphill stuff to remain grass and tree. We're gonna have to come through later and get rid of any floating logs. Get rid of any... That's such a weird thing to say. Minecraft is such a weird game sometimes. Yeah, there was just wood flying because I started a forest fire intentionally to make my life easier, and then it didn't really, but it kind of did. A few hours of work gone instantly. Fairly instantly. And it's still burning, you know, it's fine. It's okay. Wow, it's actually going to take out all of this stuff, isn't it? And that's no good. That's not what I wanted. I just didn't want to... I just wanted some of these... I wanted some of these trees to be gone. I didn't want the whole freaking forest to potentially go up in flames. Oh my. Honestly, though, let's see about grabbing the other flint and steel. Well, this universe is... Is it choppy for you guys? Because for me, it's a little choppy. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's A-okay. I don't know. And hey, we got another portal. That's cool. You know, I always appreciate that. And we also got some netherrack. Sweet. That's just what we needed. That's just what I ordered. Just what I... Whoa, there's a lot of you guys. Okay. Oh, I don't like that. Don't like that. Well, that worked out. And I do have it. Nice. Perfect. Perfection. Awesome. And we're gonna trade meals right now. You can have the carrots. Thank you very much. I will take the cooked whatevers. Are you trying to kill me? You want to hurt me? Or are you just trying to escape? Okay, so you're just being my buddy. Gotcha. This would be a lot nicer if we weren't being shot at. I suppose most situations, though, you could pretty much describe them like that, right? It would be actually pretty... It was a pretty good show up until my head exploded, says Abraham Lincoln. Yeah, yeah, they throw a pretty damn fine parade up until I got shot, said Kennedy. How am I supposed to get up here? There we go. And which way is the way that leads out? This way? I think so. We've expanded this so much. It's hard to tell. And now we have 3 portals because 1 isn't enough. Leaving the Nether. I really appreciate that they all connect to the one overworld one we have. Whereas every time one goes out in the Nether, it just, instead of lighting itself, it just, we need a new portal. That's funky. That's funky junk. Okay. Meanwhile, can I get up? Yeah, I know, it's a waste. But I'll be darned if I let anybody tell me what it's a waste of. Why do I keep doing that? Pretty neat. Not ideal. Oh my goodness, not ideal. We're wreaking havoc on the native ecosystem here. We have done unspeakable horror. Unspeakable evil. Accomplished. Hooray. And all we had to do was cut down some trees. Light a lot more trees on fire. I will be haunted by my actions forever. Never have I understood a statement more than now. Yeah, the fires that are raging, a little bit off. A little bit out there, you know, it's wow. They're really going for it. At the same time, it's not like the weirdest thing ever, because if we were committed to the bit of having the Nether up to this forest area, like, you'd expect some of these trees to be burnt up and stuff, so that's fine. That's remarkably on point, I suppose. A little weird to watch them go up in flames, though, I suppose. But, you know, it's sensible, understandable. And it does save us the work for this side, at least. Like, I can appreciate that. Yeah, I think that's probably far enough where we won't have to worry about it too much. And then the one in front of us is the one with the chest on it, right? Or is it one of the other ones? Yeah. That one gets to stay for a little bit longer. And this one we can get rid of. Simply because it's a little close to everything. I don't know how it's going to play out. So instead of trying to guess or understand, we're just going to preemptively deal with it. And then we're going to see about harvesting this guy. Neat. Okay. Another stone axe, another set of problems. Hooray. And it looks like we are not going to finish early. We are going to be chopping wood until the cows come home. Okay. That's unfortunate. That makes me sad. I was hoping. I always hope. But hey, we did get stuff done, even if it's not the best way to do things. We didn't have to chop down all these trees ourselves, and that's always a win in my book, I suppose. Although the fact that we caused such blind devastation, that's a bit tragic. But at the same time, like I said, it is kind of fitting that for a forest next to a volcano land, that there would be random trees that would seem to be devastated. Stop that. Oh, I guess we guess there was no helping that one. Okay. Hopefully the fires go out soon. It'd be really inconvenient if they don't. I hear them still. Oh my goodness, really? Where's a rainstorm when we need it? Stop eating all this wood. I know you helped me out, and I appreciate that, I really do, but I don't know. I'm feeling remorse for my actions. Oh, I am hearing fire still. Okay, I'm seeing... big tree needs to be dealt with. So it seems like the fire is no longer spreading on this side of the mountain. That's good. It didn't really get that far. That's cool. I appreciate that. Now we just gotta figure out... Oh, really? Where the heck am I? Really, where the heck am I? I knew that would be really dumb. Okay, I am somewhere. But, like, where is somewhere? And can I get closer to my stuff? Like, where am I in relation to all my things? Where am I in relation to where I've been? Okay. So if I'm right about things, come on. Come on. My stuff should be a little over this mountain. Gosh darn it, really? Okay. And how'd the creepers? I guess he was a cave creeper. He had to crawled out of the cave. Okay. That's decidedly not cute. So where is my horribleness? If I'm right, and I don't think I am, it's gonna be a little more, it's gonna be way more inland. Well, I actually don't know where I am. Which is dumb because I can see the good old whatever. I can see a lot of good old whatevers, so that sucks. Oh, blah blah blah. Alright, so change direction. So we are actually really close to our base, I think. I think that's... No, we're not. Oh, I see. I see something. I see something. Okay. Okay. And this is... Okay, I know where we are now. So my stuff is gonna be... Yeah, right there. Still got a long ways to go, though. Holy crap, this is a large area. I'm glad we saw it, though. That's always the worst thing when you get destroyed outside and then you can't find your stuff again. And we were behind this area. Yep. At least we get everything back. Other than our overconfidence and our pride, you know. Irreparably damaged. And that's life. Let's see, where's my bed? I feel like this is a good enough move, right? This is fine. Yeah, the only thing to fear is all the Goombas wandering around, you know? But yeah, where did the creeper come from? That is good. Probably from underneath the trees, I guess. We were careless while monstering around, I suppose. Alrighty. Okay. And now it looks like even more got destroyed. Unfortunately. But it also looks like the fires have been put out at this point. Right? Yeah, it looks like they've I say that. Okay. Let us put an end to this fire starting saga ourselves, huh? While also trying to keep an eye out. It's not gonna work. So there's just so many things moving about. Okay. But yeah, that headcanon of like the creepers being embodiments of like nature protecting itself. I don't know, that was pretty karmic on my part, wasn't it? Oh, getting blown up after burning down a forest. What is this, Fern Gully? Okay. That's good enough for me. Let's get rid of all the errant trees and logs in this area, and then... I don't know, call it a day? Getting blown up is kind of a good enough point to call it a day, isn't it? Hey, little guy. How you doing? And then next time we'll continue chopping down trees. We will... I don't know. Maybe we'll take out this area. We will move on to taking out that swamp bay and making our final choices on the ones in that little area that we were indecisive about. And then we will finally move on to finalization of the netherrack. Man, we just have so much stuff to do here. It's not even... Man, it's just too much. That's my only feeling on the subject. It's too much to do. It's too much. But yeah, we'll at least turn this... Was that a sound from the real world or from the game? It sounded like a frog. Like a Minecraft frog. But yeah, we'll get rid of everything in this part of the swamp. And then we'll leave that part as is. Well, I don't know, I feel like this is about as much as we need to like expand here, in all honesty. Like, that's fine. And then... yeah, this is okay. We'll have to fill in some holes for trees, from trees. And then we'll fill in all this. This is going to be a pain. I mean, it's not going to be a pain. It's going to be fairly easy, but It's a lot. It's a lot of stuff we didn't have to deal with before. And there's still saplings everywhere. Okay. Lucky us, being on the other side of the mountain didn't despawn this stuff. Cool. We were far enough away for it to just do its thing. Look at all that stuff we've collected. And we lost all of our experience. We were 15. We were level 15, and then now we're 7. Golly. What an unfortunate way to be. Hey friend, you wanna be charitable to me? Your experience will go to a good home. Okay, and then I don't really know. Yeah, I don't really know if we're going to expand this because this area is already kind of too much, if we're being honest. My feelings on the subject. Like, honestly, I'd be kind of fine with just, like, leaving this part of the mountain as is. And just having it kind of curl around, maybe. I don't know, we'll see. And hey, there's another guy. Hey, buddy. Can't escape. I won't tolerate this abuse of me. And then we do have to get rid of all the water and replace it with lava. That'll be a fun project at some point. And we'll just keep going around and around and around. And that might be something we do, is we just surround the entire thing with lava. I don't know if there's enough lava in the nether, since it's finite, to do that, but that'd be kind of cool. And then maybe even disconnect this area so it's no longer connected. And then, we're gonna have to fill up. This is a whole nother area to fill in with netherrack. Oh my goodness. I did this to myself. I'm doing this to us. Oh, okay. And then we might continue along. I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah, and then we'd probably just extend this all the way to about where it dips there and call it goodsies. And then we'd finally have to, at the very least, let's let's get rid of the chests. Okay, so we got 4 of them. I'm willing to do this by hand, I guess. We should have 6, right? Yep. Okay. And this is not a thing I'd want to do by hand, but you know what, we are. Before we call it a day. And there we go. Oh wow, there's a surprising amount of swamp fruit and swamp saplings. Okay. I know that's not what any of this is called, but you know, it's saplings of trees and it's fruit from a tree found in a swamp. Well, we're donking about at night. The safest time to donk about. Okay, let's go to our outpost. Take a nap. Finalize some things and then call it a day. I wish we would have gotten more trees done, but at the same time, we did make progress. We made a fair amount of progress. The project continues. The fires did not burn completely unchecked, so that's cool, I suppose. And then what I want to do is we are going to do a little thing. Is it the oak sapling? I think it's the oak sapling, right? That's oak, right? And are these, like, literally growing on the bottom of the... Oh, yeah, they are. Okay. We don't even have to place it up like that. We can just... Well, maybe we would want to. I don't know. Okay. I understand, I imagine. Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna have to do that. And whenever we get a new tree, that'll be our new treasure chest base. Okay. Let's see, what can we get rid of? Some of it. That's good. So we still got a fair amount of stuff. That's cool. We got some wood. Okay. And then blah blah blah. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna do that. And then how do I want to do this? Honestly, we're just gonna probably do this. Nope, not what I want. Although, if we're being honest, I wouldn't mind. Look at that. Unfortunately, though, it doesn't have all the vines. It's not a proper... swamp tree. Dang. How do they make the swamp trees, though? Or do they just kind of, like, grow naturally? I don't know. That's weird to me. That's interesting. Well, we can keep trying, I guess. Okay, that's not gonna work. Or we can just, not be a ding-dong about it. We can just... I hear slime. But I don't see it. Okay. Like, the next one that's small enough to be useful is this guy. But this guy also can be accessed by anything. And this one does not seem as advantageous. Or it seems like it would be harder to reach. I don't know. I miss my dumb trees already. Why'd I do this to myself? I miss my dumb trees already. But I think I have a solution, actually. There we go. Let's see. Let's do that. And then I guess... Oh. I guess that's fair. I don't know. That's not how we want it then. I feel like I screwed up somehow. Or maybe I was never going to be able to put them all up here the way I wanted to. Because, yeah, they can't be... Okay. We'll figure this out. We'll figure out this little puzzle. We can do that. And we can do that. And that's kind of it for that. Alright. And there we go. And that's our dumb... That's our new dumb treasure chest. Tree. Okay. Look at that Goomba. He or she or they are having the time of their life. So, it's not really the fruit of our labor here, but we did do some deforestation. We did have to re-chest a tree. So, I don't know, we achieved stuff. It feels like we're still very far away though, and that's not a good feeling, because I felt like we were actually getting somewhere before. So, oopsie doodle. Oh well. So next time we will finish de-treeing everything, and then we will start netherracking ourselves up. And then hopefully by the time we filled up all these chests in our inventory with netherrack, probably not next week, but the week after that, we can begin the long, long process of finally being done with this. At some point. So I will see you there whenever it happens. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.